You are listening to the Educated Podcast.
Get in here, take a seat.
Welcome to the Educated Apes Podcast.
How's it going?
Alright mate, alright, feels like ages. It's only been a week and 2 days, but for some reason it feels like ages.
Feels like we've been slacking on the podcast scene. I don't know. I don't even know why.
No.
A lot's been happening, I bet.
Yeah, we've loads has happened.
Loads are bad and crazy and neurotic and
some rock star died that I thought I'd never heard of until people told me his music.
It's funny that when that happens, isn't it? And then you feel like a bit of a lemon. And you got some older guy at work that's like, oh, is it like huffing and puffing?
Because one of the songs is one of the best songs ever. Like Freebird.
Yeah.
That's fucking incredibly good. Didn't know who sang it though. Could have been anyone until this weekend.
Just one of the ones you just like. But you'll be like that with younger people as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When they don't know who Aqua were. When Barbie Girl's booming out.
Talking about the departed Josh Salmon, who's like an MMA fighter from the UFC.
Yeah.
It's a year today since he passed away.
Is it?
Yeah. And I was thinking about it today. It's a bit...
Cheers, mate.
It's a bit of a precarious situation with him, wasn't it? As he was...
if I remember rightly, was a drug
quite
overdose?
Damaged, yeah, like mentally.
But wasn't he supposed to be back on track at the time and everyone was a bit confused by it all? If I remember rightly, wasn't it?
He had a fucking brutal life, didn't he?
Yeah,
he had a brutal...
He had some, like... I'm just putting this on
his girlfriend crashed a car.
Yeah.
Whilst texting him.
He had some dark shit happen to him, that lad, from what I remember. But I remember someone saying that he was back on track in life. And then... That's why it was so shocking that he had...
Well, him and his friend both overdosed, but his friend was found dead, and he was like...
either
in a coma or put into an induced coma to try and save himself, which is it's brutal. Like, I think mental health is only going to become a bigger topic, and it's only going to become more if it can get more. Have you lit that?
Licked it? No.
Did you lick it? Oh, you slurped that.
I slurped that.
I thought you were like deep throating the spoon. I was going to say.
I'm going to suck your spoon, mate.
It's not my spoon. It's
no
collective
spoon.
But, I mean, when you want to get all that coffee.
Yeah, when you... were we on extreme bean coffee again?
No, don't. This is I want to sleep tonight, bloody hell. The only extreme bean I've got is like...
I'm on nights, you should have got me some.
It's like dirty, like... Well, it's like a pre-workout, innit? Or like if you like to use coffee as a pre-workout, but want black coffee to taste nice. But no, this is just some Colombian stuff.
Oh, right.
Second best thing to come out of Colombia.
Yeah. They're also their second biggest export, funnily enough.
You've been watching Narcos?
No, I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh, right, the third series, that, isn't it? I'm
like only on season one, so I don't...
I never really thought I liked that American guy, the blonde one, but he's not in it anymore.
It's the... I have to be in the mood to watch Narcos because I have to be in the mood to read.
Oh yes, it is like I've seen some meme where it's like someone that's bog-eyed. It says when you're watching a program that's just solely subtitled.
Like, I've got no problem with subtitles, but I like when you just want to relax.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just gets a bit heavy.
Relax. What's that?
Like if in Game of Thrones when they started speaking different languages, they just kept banging subtitles on. And if, like, the Dothraki, every time they held a conversation, were in a different language,
I like how
it pissed me off.
I like how, though, when it got a bit deeper, like, it was just all Dothraki, and it was, like, a long bit of text. Sometimes they'd switch, so they were speaking English.
Yeah.
Weren't they? And then
they were speaking, like, you'd hear them start in Dothraki, but then you'd hear it in English after, like, three words.
And then if someone else come into the conversation, they were speaking a different language. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's awkward, though, because how would you... Like Narcos, how would you don't want more just chirping it's on like in
Power.
American.
I love Power, right? But I don't know why they just randomly keep talking Spanish.
It's because there's a big Spanish culture over there.
It's great, but there's no need for it, how they do it.
Because what's his name's ex-missus or his like first
bit
love
on the side,
or whatever.
Angela.
Yeah, Angela.
She's Spanish. Or
Latino
she's Hispanic,
or whatever, yeah.
But like, I get it, right? And I think like... What annoys me is his missus found text on his phone. Yeah?
Yeah.
From her.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he texting her in Spanish? His missus doesn't speak Spanish. She speaks Spanish. He speaks Spanish.
True that.
They're texting in English, but then randomly in the middle of conversations, they'll just go, "Como te llamas?" And like for no reason. Like, do you know what's the point? Like,
You love looking for little like.
no, I mean, I like if it's in a real setting.
You're just like King. You used to be King Shark, so you know your way around it.
Yeah.
You're thinking if we both speak a different language, then that's
But
obviously where we're going with
Like,
this.
what I don't get is, mate, if it's supposed to be a real world, power's supposed to be in New York today, right? It's supposed to be, it's not some weird universe. The Avengers aren't showing up, right? None of this is weird. So I want it to be, like, I want it to make sense.
Yeah, well, maybe they never thought of it. You would have saved the whole series. Nothing would have happened.
But no, like, I know because she could have got caught out otherwise. Because his missus could have read her name, read it all in Spanish, and still caught him out.
Google Translate.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Maybe he just
Or
thought
trying
there's
to
no fucking point.
But like at the same time, it's just like I don't like stupid plot holes for no reason. That were just details. That's all it was. That's all that's gone wrong there is details. It's not gone wrong for any other reason. Like, you know, when people go and they moved around too fast in Game of Thrones. Like, well, that doesn't bother me. It's in some weird universe where there's fucking dragons and you're bothered about how quickly they walked somewhere.
I don't know. I think you'd still be bothered.
No, it doesn't get me.
It gets me a little bit, but I'm there to be entertained. I'm not there to sit and pick at.
No, I don't pick at everything. It's just some of these things pop up in my head like glaring problems. Like, I just sit there.
That's just a sharking problem. That is.
Why is he not texting her in Spanish? And then like,
Why
why
you delete your text?
anything? He throws phones away like nobody's business, but he keeps one phone, and the one phone he keeps, he's texting his bird on,
And he's keeping
and his
them-
ex-bird. It's just stupid. But I don't know. It's not my business. How he wants to run his drug empire, I suppose.
Six series, isn't it?
Can't wait.
50 in it is awesome as well.
Yeah, he's
is he
actually
like
a good
some
actor.
sort of like is he just proper produces it as also?
Yeah,
or
he
is
wrote it.
Fuck, really?
I don't think he wrote the script. I think he wrote the idea.
What? Drug dealer?
No,
you said I can imagine him in a boardroom with like a massive. When the guy stands up like this spotty nerd and's like, "We've got an idea for Mr. 50," and he's like, "Show it to me," and he just like flips the flip chart and it's just drug dealer, title, power, and he's just like, "Yeah."
I think he wrote the idea behind it all and how the series is going, but I don't think he's wrote down the actual what the lines for everyone.
It's quite intricate, isn't it? Produced by rapper 50. Yeah. It's created by Courtney Kemp Agbo. She write a TV show. Yeah, television writer. Yeah.
We should write a TV show.
What is your TV show?
I wanted to write a
Streets
TV
of
show.
Crewe. Do you see Streets of Crewe?
It's back on YouTube.
Yeah, it was back on Facebook the other day. Oh, I should have saved it, shouldn't I?
I feel like.
I did save it on my phone. But I feel like people aren't going to be able to see it.
No, if they can't see it, they don't need to do it.
But we can listen to it.
Yeah, we can listen to it about the nut, guns, knives, and drugs.
Is this what our TV show is going to be about?
No, I felt like writing a TV show, like a sitcom based in a car sales dealership. I felt like 3 weeks doing the job gave me that much comedy. Like, yes, it's back.
You're gonna have to watch it on a small screen, guys. I'll put it on our website if I find where it was. It was on Facebook, but it was like deep in Facebook. Like, this is deep in the streets of Crewe.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Go on, let's play it for the homies.
We're deep in the streets of Crewe, but there's consequences for everything you do. We got guns, knives, and drugs too.
Yes, so we're deep in the
That's
streets
skip
of
then.
Crewe, but there's consequences for everything you do. We got guns, knives, drugs too. Yo, you can't take what's mine, it's time for bread and my trucks. Never giving a fuck, but you're just a joker. Smoker was I'm leading for the darkness with the boys spitting. Splitting phones, blazing green.
Just to let people know that I'm from Crewe. Nobody's ever got shot in Crewe. I think there's been like 3 stabbings in the last 10 years.
But it's consequence for everything you do.
These hand
We got
actions
guns,
are just
knives,
unbelievable.
drugs,
And there's got
Yes, so we're deep in the streets of Crewe, but there's consequences for everything you do.
No one's gonna be able to see
We
that,
got
are they?
guns,
No,
knives,
I'll be
drugs
fucked.
too.
Yeah, so it's joined up with your own group from the northwest.
I feel like that should be our new intro
Yeah,
or
we need
outro.
to deep in the streets of Crewe.
Oh, we should at least cut out, some.
We need to cut some bits out of it. Surely they haven't got any lawyers that can sue us. I've been shot by now.
I mean, fair play to them.
I mean, it's only as ridiculous as sitting in your living room, in your back room, making a podcast, I suppose.
Yeah,
I just feel like we're at a better level.
We're sipping coffee.
I feel like standing in front of a graffitied wall talking about guns and knives when you've never seen either.
I've seen a knife wielded in Crewe before. I've never seen a gun.
Wielded, or you mean someone had one in his pocket?
Someone pulled a knife on us and stole a bicycle.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, this was when we were younger, and it was just like a kitchen. It wasn't like it wasn't a knife you'd use. I don't know about knives, like, but I'd assume it'd be quite.
I mean, it'd still shank you though.
Oh
it?
yeah, it's
Right.
pointy. It's pointy.
It's pointy and sharp. So
people use it to cut things. My go-to weapon would be one of them. If you had one of them cutters that's like a chopping board but scissors.
right.
It's like an easy cut or something like that.
Okay.
And you cut like carrots with it and stuff like that.
Oh,
They are
yeah.
sharp as fuck, man. You clean it and accidentally rub your finger against it, and it just like
Like a samurai sword.
yeah, like Rory's samurai sword.
Yeah. How is he?
I don't know. I haven't spoke to him.
I forgot what he looks like.
He's coming back though, isn't he, for the 100th ep? So people have to.
I'll have to stay at tune in.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're in the new studio by the 100th ep.
Bloody hell, that's a tall order, mate. You don't have to throw that out there.
No, I was just saying hopefully. I didn't say that's just my hope. It's nothing to do with how quick it's happening.
Who's
You
your
did say
favourite-
it was happening last weekend.
Yeah, well. I had other stuff going on. Who's your fave then? Who's your favourite character out of Power?
Tommy.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's right. He's the real OG of the whole thing, isn't he?
Tommy is a beast. He's won the...
Tommy, why I like Tommy as well is there's no planning going on with his head, but he still manages to get through everything.
I think Coked Up Tommy is my favourite, like,
Cokehead
character ever. Yeah. Favourite drug-induced character, maybe apart from... No, I'd say he's my
I
favourite.
don't know.
Why, who else?
Drug-induced characters.
I mean, I like Hunter S. Thompson and his books
What
when he's
about,
on a crazy bender, but...
What about Thingy on cocaine in Pulp Fiction?
Oh, I'm not going to remember the name of his character. I can picture who
Vinny.
you're on about. Yeah.
See, now that's a good coked up character. When he
But I
has to-
like how he just doesn't... He doesn't even think about things. He's just action. All action. Do you know what I mean?
Tommy's a brilliant character. He's so well written.
Bitch is trying to, fuck his boy off, so
He shoots her.
strangle that bitch. Just strangle her.
It's just there is no thought goes into anything he does.
Your mum's pissing you off. Just threaten to kill her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, someone shoots your dog, go and take out the biggest cartel in New York
Yeah.
because they pissed off your puppy. Shot your puppy.
Oh, that was grim.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
I feel like I needed to go on that website and check. You can check films on that website where the dogs die in the film.
Of course they don't, mate. It's 2017.
What?
Nobody shoots a dog for a scene.
No, but that dog died in the film, in
Oh,
the series.
right,
So I
okay.
would have like prior knowledge
Okay.
of dogs.
I know, I've seen people go upset when the mountain chops off that horse's head. Game of Thrones.
See, I couldn't even remember that off the top of my head. Like,
The jousting scene,
nah,
season 1.
don't bother me.
Or when the leg got chopped off by that Dothraki guy.
Yeah, horses get... Yeah, but horses did get fucked. People don't realise that horses were...
Yeah, nobody did...
No one gives a shit about a horse in war. They were ridden for days. Maybe, like, if you're in battle, you're not getting off it and, stroking it down and giving it water and food. You fucking...
No.
This horse is like... It's like ride or die, like a Binnock car on GTA that you just jump out of and jump on another one.
It's fucking...
It's not got a name. You're not like,
I imagine there was, like, noblemen
Oh, that had a nice
that had a horse
relationship.
that they had a name for, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like... But I can't imagine there was ever any... Like, just normal soldiers that, like, named the horses. They were taken care of to the point that they could do a job.
Yeah.
That was all that you'd do with a...
Yeah.
I mean...
They were like a function.
I think weirdly, even though they used to drink the blood of their own horses, the Mongols kept better care of their horses than most cultures.
Yeah, but they had like a spiritual connection to them, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they treated them like they were...
It's unreal that I forgot what book it was in. It might have been a podcast, Horrible History, I think, where they were on about how they used to time when all four hoofs are off the ground
To
when
fire
they
because there's
fire
no...
an arrow. Yeah,
Because there's no fucking vibration.
mental.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Those people were crazy. I still find that fact amazing as well, that something like a third of Chinese people are actually related to Genghis Khan directly.
That's procreation goals,
That's
right
serious. Third of Chinese people. There's 1.4 billion.
Mental.
That's insane.
I don't think I have any Chinese lineage. So.
Look at your eyes.
Fuck off.
That's 400 million Chinese people are direct descendants of Genghis Khan.
There's some rough math for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and the amount of people he killed changed, how much carbon was released into the atmosphere, so...
People thought there was a mountain in front of them at one point. It was a pile of dead bodies when they got closer.
Fucking hell.
That was a story that somebody told. And from the distance, it looked like a mountain.
Yeah, if you listen to any of the, like, books or whatever about him, they say that, like, he just used to roam about and just slaughter. Rape and pillage. Did he invent rape and pillage?
I think
He
was the pioneer of it.
Yeah.
He took it mainstream.
The MVP of raping and pillaging.
Yeah, he was good. No, the Vikings are up there, but he was
Nah.
he was the king of it, wasn't he?
Or maybe.
Did they ever butt heads? Was that the same time?
I don't think so. Vikings and they're quite, far away from each other.
Yeah, no, but he got to Russia, didn't he? I imagine the Vikings got pretty far up to that way. Well, how do we know? You don't know the Mongol time.
Yeah, so I'm going to Google that as well.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were going to put in, like, Vikings, Mongols versus Mongols. It's probably a fucking B-movie on sci-fi. 12. Right, 1162. And then what's theirs?
I mean, it's close.
It's very close. Oh, wait, Edward the... Yeah. So there was like a 4-year period.
4 years.
Where they could have bumped heads, but they were too busy fucking around in England, so no.
See, that's all seen as history. That's crazy, isn't it? You can't... You know what I mean? That's like like, you ever have that game Rome Total War where you could just, like, pitch people together?
Yeah.
I like to watch
Always
that.
used to play the samurais. Always.
Why?
Just thought they were mint.
That's Romans for me. Black and white.
The samurais, you play the samurais, mate, and they can, like, their standard units are better than every other standard unit. But then the others had better tech. But you could fuck everybody's units up.
That's one of them games that developed, like, its own following, and then it even had TV shows about it and all sorts, didn't it?
Do you remember that? Like, that
you take teams onto, like, a TV show, and then you'd watch them. Yeah.
And it wasn't on Rome Total War, but it was like... they never said it was on Rome Total War, but it was.
What was it called?
Time Commanders.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. It was actually crazy.
And these people were sat there acting like it was weird because they weren't pressing the buttons on the laptop.
They were playing on, like, some weird
They were
game,
playing Risk,
weren't
they? And some fucking guy was controlling it for them. Yeah, I remember this shit, man. Fucking time. Look at him in suits trying to work out how they're going to do battle.
He must have thought, like, you know what I mean?
He's done
My
this.
mum must be dead proud of me.
No, but he's one of them guys that works in a bank, and he's done this as
he's the presenter, isn't he?
Oh.
That's what I mean. Like, he's... Oh, yeah. What was your last job? Oh, yeah, presented a TV show about a game. But it was actually quite, like, It
was reasonably interesting.
Yeah, because they give you the breakdown of the different armies that they picked, and they talk about their fighting styles.
And they did get people in that were, like, experts about shit.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. So they'd be like, I'm going to set a trap here because of this, and yada, yada, yada. But
it's funny seeing people get emotional. Like, the level of emotion on this was high, but it wasn't as high as, like...
I love how, look at this, the Battle of Canaan or whatever, Canaan, and it's got 3 parts. It's fucking... What's this? It's
30-minute TV show.
30 minutes of one battle.
That entertained people. Fuck me. If that was on TV now, no fucker would watch
Especially with them graphics. I never realised at the time that this game was the same game I was playing.
Really?
Weirdly, I used to... Because they never mentioned it on here.
Well, did they have it in, like, cinema mode or something then?
I don't know. Like, I never... They must have... No one was controlling it, so they must have had it, like... AI versus AI.
Yeah.
And then just...
Well, no, them 2 guys that were sitting there, they were doing what the people were doing behind them.
Oh.
You didn't crack that? I've watched it recently. Well, not recently, but like in the last 5 years or something.
I watched it when I was like 9, mate. Like, and I didn't crack any of it. There was no code being broken in that brain of mine.
I was gonna say the emotion on that when people lost. It wasn't that bad. It was like, have you ever seen the people absolutely break down when their robot gets fucked on Robot Wars?
Yeah, but then I understand that.
I guess they put like their time and effort into building
probably
this thing.
100, 200 hours into building this robot to watch some cunt who just flips it over and pushes it to, like, just flips it over and pushes it into some other silly cunts who've had millions of pounds to build these fucking house robots that just were stupidly overpowered.
They were awesome though, weren't they?
The house robots were a bit silly because they made them so, like, they had them all weighted so the other robots couldn't flip them. And then they had them, like, fucking with bulletproof armour so nobody could actually damage them.
Yeah.
I remember that Razor, though.
Yeah.
That was the G of Robot Wars back in the day. Did it kill one of the house robots once?
Did it knock it into like a pit or something?
I thought it chopped something off it.
Hypnodisc was my fave.
I loved Razor. Razor was fucking...
Which one was Razor?
Just put in Razor.
Chaos 2. Oh, they really improved on Chaos on that one. No, they did. I'm not even...
How badly do you remember this? Just put Razor in.
Razor?
Yeah, he was real OG.
Was it with, like, Razor?
Just put spell Razor. Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't.
There, this fucking G.
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
He used to crush everything and cut me in half. There was just three weirdos in a shed.
Razor.
Hello everybody,
Can we just go back to that?
Hi, I'm Ian Lewis. I'm Vinny Blood. And I'm Simon Scott. And this is...
Look at this guy. They've locked him in there to build it. He hasn't had any food in weeks. Look at it. Look how skinny his arms are.
And I'm Simon Scott.
It's so creepy.
Hello everybody, just call me Ben here and welcome to the next countdown I am doing to...
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, get the fuck
Some
out of
lemon.
here. Yeah, but this robot was a real OG.
What is it? Just Call Me Ben. Is that your YouTube channel?
Fuck
mate?
you, Ben.
Wow. I mean, yeah, but he's mostly got more followers than us, but wow.
For breaking down Razor.
Razor was pretty sick. It's how he could, like...
Look.
You know, yeah, he could just get a grab of you and then just do what he wanted with you, because his setup... They were 4 rubber wheels, weren't they? Protected by like metal casing, I think.
I don't remember the technical.
Mate, Robot Wars was the.
I used to think anybody's dad could build one, right? Because there was always dads on there with the sons.
Yeah.
And I used to say to my dad, "Can we build a robot?" And my dad would look at me blankly, like, "No, we can't."
Oh, can we listen to the Hypnodisc people? This is a blast from the past.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, I'm Ken.
I'm Derek. And this is Hypnodic.
Robot.
Fuck off. This is another one of his Just Call Me Ben videos. We give him quite a couple of shout outs.
Some of this though, mate, just like this one was raw, wasn't it?
Yeah, the disc didn't fuck about. I think the disc span at like 50 mile an hour or something stupid. And he just used to ping people about. If you didn't have any proper solid armor on your robot, he'd just fuck you up. But yeah, he was susceptible to being flipped. That was his bad one. And I think did someone bring a version out like him, but that had an arm to turn himself back over?
Because if they did, mate, then they would.
No, they did. I think they did, because that was his only issue. Was that if he wasn't facing you head on and you got round the back of him,
or the side.
He was like anti-Aaron. Like you get around the back of Aaron and he's happy, but
yeah, he's well into that.
Yeah.
Mate, I love how this guy's took all this old footage and made it all slow-mo and shit. Like he's
put some time into this. I could go for a beer with this guy.
I couldn't.
I don't know if that's him. God, YouTube's a dark place though.
YouTube's weird. Can we get off YouTube? Because it freaks me out. Mate, have you...
I was going to say, do you think Craig Charles is upset that he's mostly not known for Red Dwarf as much as he is as the voice of Robot Wars?
Or he's spelling Corrie. He's on Corrie, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Robot Wars.
Robot Wars is...
I don't even watch Corrie anymore, and then all of a sudden you sit down with your parents and they're watching it and you're like, fuck, I'll pay attention.
Do you know what?
You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Do you know what
street?
With Corrie, by the way?
Yeah.
How weird is it that because they have so many long-term characters, if you don't watch it for years and then you spend.
True that, you can come back in
You
and
spend
you sort
a
of know
week
the
and a half,
gist,
and you know, and then like you could watch it for a week and a half, and then suddenly you know every fucking storyline again. It's dead clever. I don't know how they write it like that, but it's dead clever because it just hooks people back in and out.
It does, true that.
I mean, I couldn't give a fuck about it nowadays.
You love it, mate.
No, I haven't watched it in years, mate.
You know watch it with your friends?
No, I don't sit with my parents, but I have to talk to them then, wouldn't I?
Fucking hell, we're on the cusp of some awesome MMA.
Do you know what? We're also on the
did you
cusp
see
of an awesome weekend. We're
What?
going out. We're going to
Personal?
German Beer Festival tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, we are. Are you going to watch UFC on Saturday as well, or not?
Well, I'm going to rugby on Saturday again.
Yeah, so if you're up, you think about it.
Oh, well, it depends. Mate, I'm going out at 11 in the morning. I'm going to German Beer Festival tomorrow night to get trolleyed.
Oh, you're going to be fragile.
And then I've got to get up Saturday morning and get back on the beer at 11 in the morning with my dad and my uncle.
I'm going out with one of the guys at work for his stag do, but he's a bit of older and reserved character, and they're just going like real ale beers like around Manchester.
Right, you'll be fucked.
But yeah, as well, and
On
because I'm gonna be
Saturdays,
so fragile from Friday
I'm
night.
out on Saturday as well.
I know you are, yeah.
In Manchester.
I might just blow him off, come meet you and your old man
Yeah.
after the match or something. You getting the train back?
Yeah.
Bro, it's a date.
Come meet us, man. They got a full weekend on the AOS. We'll drag my dad round Deansgate.
I like our last podcast we were sitting down talking
with
about
Pete
healthy
talking-
life. Well, Pete did say, you know, bit of the bit good, bit of the bad.
Yeah, what was the there's a quote I heard the other day, like do everything in moderation, including moderation.
Exactly.
So fuck it, this weekend's gonna be Larry. Proper Larry. I'm looking forward to it. And then the fights on Saturday at fucking
El Kukui versus Lee. What are you saying? Kevin Lee? Who you picking?
I think if I pick my head, it's Tony Ferguson beats him.
Yeah, but he's I can't.
But Kevin Lee's got that magic about him where something crazy could happen and he could become the next fucking Conor.
He's a fucking beast, mate.
He could also just get run over by Tony Ferguson, because there was a few times where Dos Anjos was the champ that I thought there was whoever was fighting him could be the guy, and he had all the potential in the world, and then Dos Anjos just run him over. And that Ferguson's very similar in that regard, how he can just run people over, wrestle them, fucking beat them up on the feet.
But yeah, but I think
choke 'em
Kevin
out.
Lee's very to the point, very tight. He's got to come forwards. I think he won't let Tony Ferguson get loose. Do you know what I mean? Like he needs a couple of.
The problem
Does
I'm
he come
having,
out loose? This is the thing. Can he come out loose?
I don't know, but a problem I'm having is look at the takedown defended versus.
Oh, that funk style wrestling, mate.
Like, I can't see. He only throws a lot more, but his accuracy's pretty similar, like takedown wise.
Yeah.
But the fucking submission games are identical as well. But it's the fact that he doesn't defend as well.
People give Kevin Lee their net though, like as like a, maybe not give it him, but they let him progress to like avoid the ground and pound and stuff like that. And people don't realise he's got such a good squeeze on him.
No.
Well, they should now.
It's that wrestler squeeze, isn't it?
But fuck me, this is gonna be a quality fight. If not, it's got to be up there. It's got to contend for some, fight of the year type shit. Just as right,
They
you
could
look at that.
cancel each other out massively.
You look at that, and that could be fireworks. Yeah, I know. I'm just getting excited for it.
I am. No,
I mean, we're gonna get bored to death, and then we're gonna have some crazy shit.
I don't think we're
happen.
going to get bored to death. I think Johnson's going to go in there and ruin him.
I hope so.
No, I honestly think he ruins him. I think he'll fucking beat him every aspect of MMA
Ruins.
and just runs through him.
What odds have you got for fucking Lewis surviving this?
I think Lewis KOs him.
You do? Do you want it?
I think he runs forward like a fucking angry bull.
You want Ferguson and Verdum? No, and
What?
Lewis. Sorry.
I'm going to have a fucking Kevin Lee, Derek Lewis double.
You reckon?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Look, I think Ferguson's going to do it, but I'm going to have the double for the odds on a real bet. But I think Lewis. I think. Look, the truth of the matter is, Verdum should comfortably ragdoll him around and choke him out.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's a scary man when he starts fucking throwing bombs at people.
I know, and supposedly he's been, he's in shape. He's not as in like cut out all the shit,
but he's not eating McRibs.
And
he's not happy about it because I seen a picture the other day.
That was
hilarious. Plus, he's been swimming around Houston rescuing people.
Yeah, in his high truck. Yeah,
he's ready.
Yeah, the gods will look favourably upon him.
The MMA gods could shine on Derek Lewis this weekend. Do you know why I want him to win so much? Because I need to see him and Ngannou at some point.
Yeah, just the shit talk will be funny as fuck.
Because Ngannou's shit talk's awful. Derek Lewis might be the best shit talker behind Conor McGregor in the company.
It's just he's so witty. Do you think he's just...
Do you know what it is as well? What I think it is he says exactly what other people are thinking, but because he's a fucking physically superior human to most people, he's been allowed to get away with saying whatever he's thinking his whole life. So like he doesn't. So where you might think of the exact same sort of thing about fucking, I don't know, Travis Brown and Ronda when he was going at them.
Yeah.
Like, but you wouldn't say it. But he's got away with that his whole life. Who's ever come up to fucking Derek Lewis and said, "You can't say that, mate"? Do you know what I mean? So he's not. I don't think he's that witty. Like, his jokes aren't clever; they're just funny because
they're direct.
Yeah, because they're so direct, so blunt. It's like a fucking big right hand of a joke.
He must, his missus must just have a high tolerance of him for just being a fucking...
just to put up with him. Fucking...
Like he said, I think he's got like a big bunch of mates, he says, that just send him stupid videos, and because he's got like a massive Twitter following, he just puts them up like constantly. So like if we send
like
each
our
other
group chats,
memes and shit and stupid stuff and videos of ridiculous things, he just has that following that engages with him, so he just like literally just puts them on every time they come through.
Yeah. He's funny.
Yeah. One of the most entertaining Twitters. If you haven't got him on Twitter, I'd recommend the follow right there.
Look, I was dead excited for this card, but I've just realised it's only the top 3 fights I care about.
I don't know that.
I don't really care about Dariush and Dunham.
I always like to see Dariush.
I don't want to watch 2 fucking shadows fight. And
I always like getting behind Godbeer because he's English. Cough, cough. So I spend a terrible amount of time. I mean, yeah, no, it's an all right card.
By the way, is this just wait there a minute? I mean, I'm not Aaron by any stretch, but is this just two models fighting each other? Look at just look at them there, like facially and everything. It looks like they've just pulled 2 fucking, what are they called? Them dickheads that hang around outside Hollister.
Oh yeah,
and just said, put some gloves on, we're having a scrap.
Yeah, you're gay as fuck, man.
No, don't like fucking ass.
You don't like fucking ass?
No, he'd have been rubbing one off right now. The sheer thought of this.
No, he's not gay. He just likes things in his ass.
Mate.
What?
Have you heard some of the comments he comes out with about other men?
Don't do this while he's not in. The poor guy. Yeah, it's not 217, sorry. I don't know why I said 218.
What,
218 is stat like, but I was saying like 216 isn't 217.
No, it's obviously not.
217 is beast.
We can't talk about this again. We've broke down this card 4 times.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, we have, haven't we?
Fucking every single time we talk fight, we're like, let's just talk about 217 again.
Did you see the big up to wrestling? I think a lot of people sent this me as well, including a couple of our listeners, which was quite fun to see.
What?
But FCC in Bolton the other weekend. I think it was in Bolton.
Bolton or Boston?
No,
Boston.
mate, you're way behind it. Oh, wait a sec. Someone cracked out.
Oh, fucking Chris Jericho's Walls of Jericho.
It's not called that.
It's the Walls of Jericho.
The Bolton Crab. Oh, this is amazing. I am. Oh, fuck off. Oh, yes.
The Walls of Jericho.
No. Big up to wrestling, man.
What, is this a real thing they teach you?
This is an actual wrestling move, yeah.
Looked like he was going for a Japanese necktie briefly. Jones is really not looking happy in there, Steve.
No, he really looks uncomfortable.
Oh,
Chess, this
Boston
looks
Crab!
fixed, mate.
No!
Boston
Oh,
Crab!
Boston
Oh my
Crab!
God!
Oh, he's got it! It's the
Unbelievable!
and the walls of Jericho finishes it!
Someone just screamed, and the walls of Jericho finishes it.
Never in my life have I seen anything like that.
The first time ever
it's
in
not the
MMA.
Boston Crab, it's the Bolton Crab, and it's John O'Mears!
Is this week there? Is that Paul Heyman commentating? That sounds like Paul Heyman from wrestling.
I don't think so, mate. It's just an American guy. Yeah, FCC. What was it?
Federal Communications Commission.
No, they're in Bolton that weekend, and
No,
yeah,
look,
there's been a
mate,
couple-
I've seen the video. It's nice. The thing is that guy was not fighting back on the floor. He
set that up well. Right,
mate,
next
he
time we
picked-
roll, my sole aim is going to be to Boston Crab.
No, just watch. He picks up this one leg here, right? Just go back a little bit to the start of this. The guy lies on the floor without moving,
yeah.
and then he picks up one leg.
Whereabouts here?
No, go back to where he's on his back. We don't need to see him there, right? So the guy, at this point now, the guy could do what? Like, why is it? Oh no, it's the next time he gets his back. But it's fine. Don't move it around.
No. We're gonna watch. Yeah.
Right. So he just lies flat, covers his head, and then just sits still.
No, he's worried. Like right now, he can't see fuck all on this
Right,
front.
but surely,
so he's worried that he's about to
soon
whale
as
a
he grabs
punch
his
in.
leg, surely he'd be pushing up
Yeah, let's see then. How does he react to him grabbing his leg?
like nothing.
Yeah, so he's come back round then. Look, he's tried to throw a cheeky punch. He's been like, "Hey, bastard, get off my leg!" And then he's gone back forward. But he's already manipulating his spine by that point there.
I know,
there.
but it's just like he could have rolled before he locked that other leg up.
Yeah, but look what sort of shape he's in.
I don't know, mate. It just seems a bit. Seems like
It's just like
no. Look. Fair play to the lad for getting it. I'm impressed by it.
yeah, and having the balls to go for it.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
everyone's gonna.
and it's
the
impressive.
world of MMA watch this, mate.
It's like fair play to the lad. What I don't think is anyone who's got is worth a salt on the ground is getting caught in the.
My sole.
No, but I'm not
goal,
worth a salt on the ground.
My sole goal in life now is to get you in a.
Yeah, but that
Boston
doesn't
Crab.
matter, does it? Because I've just fucking said what I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
Anyone above like.
Yeah, but he's on like a local show, mate, and
I
he's cracked
Look,
out.
mate,
on
no. I'm not shitting
walls
on
of
him.
Jericho.
I'm fucking really impressed. I just think it looks like such a clumsy submission that it wouldn't work in like the higher levels of MMA.
No.
That's all I'm saying. I think it'd be very rare. Oh my god! By the way, this is probably the best knockout I've seen ever.
Ever.
Yeah, it's like Matrix.
People, I think the world has seen this, but yeah, if you type in nasty foot sweep knee KO, it's unreal, isn't it? Oh my god!
It's like the Matrix. Like that foot sweep looks like it shouldn't move his leg that far.
He's just the guy's coming forward. He's took his weight off his front foot.
Just enough.
For this guy just to look at that's the right timing, just to knock his front foot from underneath him. How he's fell? I don't know how far into the fight this was or anything. I've not gone any deeper into it.
No,
I've literally
I don't
just watched
want
this
to.
video about 5 times.
I don't need to go any deeper because I don't want to ruin it.
But
I don't want to find out that he had a bad knee and like he's just.
took the weight from under him with his left foot, and then he's come back with the same foot. And like Thai do that, don't they? Where the foot plants
Yeah,
and then you
bounces,
throw again.
yeah.
Yeah. And he's come back up, perfect knee as the guys fell over. Oh my god! She wrote it's
in the
fucking-
UFC though, that's illegal.
Is it?
Yeah, watch his hand hits the floor before his. So hand hits the floor, then
Yeah,
his knee. So that would have been a disqualification, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that would be a disqualification. It'd have been even better, mate, if he'd finished it with a fucking like shin to the dome. Like full soccer kick as he was falling.
Yeah, but are they allowed to do that?
Yeah, because he's not on the ground. He's not
On the way down,
Yeah,
like-
he can keep hitting people on the way down. Boxers do it all the time, don't they?
Unreal.
Follow them down.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
It's just, as soon as their arse hits the floor, basically, or the Do you know what I mean? Or they hit the deck,
Yeah.
then they stop. But you see it all the time when they're against the ropes and they get followed down because the ropes are keeping them up slightly. So I don't think some finish though.
But yeah, big up to the Bolton Crab.
Bolton Crab. Mate,
Everyone's going to know about that card now. It's awesome. It's great for UK MMA.
what do you think UFC are going to do this weekend after Vegas? Because
I feel like they said they're just going to carry on the same.
So I think they'll do
Not
some
carry on
sort of
regardless,
tribute.
but all right, on that level, yeah, of course. I mean, they've said they're going to donate. Is it
$1 million? Dana
$1 million?
White offered to match it as well out of his personal account.
Yeah,
Apparently.
that's fair enough. Yeah, they love that city. That's like their unofficial home. When we were there for the 209,
Their headquarters are there.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say is when we were there for, was it 209? I can't remember which one it was. But when we were in Vegas, they announced the T-Mobile Arena or whatever it's called as the UFC's home for UFC. UFC's home for UFC.
The home of the UFC.
Yeah, basically. They put a massive plaque like outside.
Yeah.
You know, like a sign, like an Amsterdam sign, but UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. This world we live in. I mean, it's because it's on our doorstep as well, because these amounts of people get killed in terror attacks all over the world. But because it's a place that resonates with a lot of people.
Do you know what it is? It's because it's the home of partying.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's like if you blew up Ibiza, it sends shockwaves around the world as well, because it's like the
I've just been, or I've been there before,
and not only that, it's like even if you haven't been, it's like this place that you look at to think that's a good time. Like all you think about Vegas is good times. There's people that lose their life savings in Vegas every week.
Yeah.
But you never think about any of that.
No.
All you think about when Vegas is you think Kelvin Harris at a pool party, people spraying champagne, money getting thrown around, strippers, blow, parties, that's what everyone thinks. And it's the same like Ibiza or like Marbella. When you hear these places, fucking Monaco, you think money like I fucking can't say the word. I forgot the word now. It fucking.
What's it for?
So it just means like stupid amounts of wealth. I forgot.
This sounds like occupy.
Doesn't matter now because I'm gonna ruin my thoughts.
Ruin your thoughts.
But no, it's just like. Do you know what I mean? You think of these places where where everything's meant to be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when there's something awful happens at somewhere where you expect fun.
It's like when that happened at the MEN. It's a place that you'd expect people to be safe. Maybe not expect anyone to be safe anywhere in the world, but you think people have the same motive. Do you know what I mean? Like we're all there to have a good time, and you wouldn't think that there'd be a soul on earth that be able to buy a room overlooking a set concert and carry out an act of untold violence, and to carry it on for that long. And
have you seen all the fucking idiots that have already got conspiracy theories?
Mate, I don't even want to entertain it. I don't even want to talk about it. That is like a telltale sign for who you should delete off your Facebook.
I feel like there's some things that don't make sense at the moment. But I don't feel like they're a conspiracy.
I feel like we could wait for some sort of clarification and that.
I feel like, I feel like there's some things that don't make sense, but like obviously there's always going to be, because the guy's dead. You can't get a confession.
No.
There's no motive.
No.
So things aren't going to make sense because there's no way they can get him to tell him what he did.
Yeah.
But like I've seen people going, so you're telling me one man climbed up this building, took up £400 worth of guns and ammunition, moved an £800 window, and I just thought, no, he's put fucking bags in an elevator, walked to his room and shot a window out before he started shooting people.
Surely he could shoot the window out.
100%.
Yeah.
The only thing is you'd have to have earplugs in and like ear defenders on.
Yeah. Because
otherwise you'd probably blown your eardrums out and you wouldn't have been shooting anyone if you shot in a tight space like that with nowhere for the sound to escape.
Yeah.
And then windows in Vegas don't open.
I don't know the logistics of it, but obviously it was well planned.
Yeah.
And whatever his motive was.
He transferred $100,000 to his wife's account in the Philippines the day before. He was a millionaire. He had his own plane. He was a property tycoon.
I haven't even looked into it because I feel like the whole I do believe in the whole. We just shouldn't. Them sort of people shouldn't be famous. Like, but
No.
he is going to be, obviously. But
I feel like you need to talk about things sometimes. As much as people go, never talk about them, don't make a conspiracy out of it. If there's glaring holes in things, sometimes you should be pointing them out. Otherwise, nothing will ever change. Like, they interviewed his brother, and he said something like, people are saying that he was an arms dealer on the slide, like an illegal arms dealer, and people didn't know about it. And then his brother said something about like an arms, and then stopped in an interview, and then just moved away from the question.
Wow.
So, like, I'm not saying that that's true. I don't know, and I'm not jumping on conspiracies and chasing them around like an idiot. But I did like a little brief read of it because I think I should always read them because sometimes they have some credence. Like, you know what I mean? I read it and I was like, loads of it was nonsense. But then this bit was quite interesting. Now, there was a lot of people saying that they thought he was an arms dealer, and that's how he'd made his millions and millions and millions.
There's something like that's going to come out in the wash.
Yeah,
surely. But this is the sort of thing that we're not going to find out straight away because it can compromise whether there was other people involved, and there's just stuff that they won't release.
I've heard people going, "How would he hit so many people? Like, it's like shooting fish in a barrel." But
I can't even think of it, mate.
But they're talking like he had to be a fucking trained sniper to shoot 1,000 people that can't get away. Do you know what I mean? They're just running around aimlessly in a pack of 20,000 people, and he's only at 500.
It's grim. It's grim. I just some of the footage of how long it was going on for until people started realising, like the mass majority started realising.
I can't get my head around how security don't know straight away which room it's in. Surely the gun smoke alone would set off the fire alarm. And
I thought he didn't like. I haven't really read into the intricacies of it because I'm scared of stumbling over stuff like articles that are woo woo and whatnot. But
yeah.
They said that he's like disarmed some of the fire alarms and stuff like that, and like supposedly taken out some sort of way for them to.
He set up his own CCTV outside his room so he could see the cops come in. But for me, surely that means that he was planning on having a shootout.
Didn't it take something like 70 minutes as well from initial shot for them to get to his room? Something
because they didn't know where it was coming from.
Yeah.
But like, for me, the weird things I've seen in the whole story that I hope come to light. Why would you shoot yourself in the head when the cops are going to shoot you anyway? If you're intent on killing people,
he must just wants to take his own life. Or he could be scared. Like, imagine, like you can't even fathom what's going through his mind.
I know, but I just find if you're setting up CCTV, so
thinking.
If you're setting up CCTV,
so
you know where the cops
are. He might have
are.
killed himself before they got to him. Because if they could have took him alive, they most likely would have.
Suppose.
If they could have just incapacitated him.
But they wouldn't have. They'd have burst in and just shot him.
Yeah, but maybe they might have just blitzed his legs.
No, they're Americans, mate.
I don't know.
They fucking kill everyone.
I honestly don't know.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm right. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I really don't. I just find it weird. There's like some real weird parts to the story that don't make it a lot of sense.
No,
but I don't think
it's not all black
the
and white.
conspiracy theories don't make any sense.
Many days after, and there's no. I think it's if it was like. I don't know, because there's this whole like, is it offensive to the families of the people that have lost their lives and stuff for people to be?
I feel like the families though would want answers if the official story was wrong.
Yeah,
if it was
wrong, I
wrong,
don't think they'd want like. I don't think it matters to them at this time, and it's such a sensitive subject. But I don't think they want so many people like reposting, like off, like completely bogus, crazy claims on Facebook.
No, lots of that's nonsense, and
I just feel like why even entertain? Like, I don't know. It's like when I was sitting at work the other day, and my mate was like, "Oh yeah, my fiance's dad, he believes the world's flat," and I've tried to talk to him, and I've tried to talk him out of it, and he just can't see any sort of reason, and he's just a normal guy that's lived a normal life. But I guess I just can't see his point of view. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, have you told him about this? Have you said this? Have you? Sorry, how is there a person out there? Because it's the first person I've come into interaction with. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, back onto the Vegas thing. I mean, I love Vegas. It's one of my, and I don't think it's tarnishes. It's when a lot of people get in one plate. We see it all over. It's just some human. The majority of people you bump into are nice, really nice people. Just want to get on with their lives, and then there's some people out there that are just hell bent on. Maybe not. Maybe just for part of their life, or something changes that. But I don't know. I can't even begin to think about it.
It's It's weird because
It's scary.
it's definitely a gun problem in America.
It's so ingrained in their culture. I don't even know what. I don't know. Maybe if someone's American that's listening to this, they could maybe come on and educate. But I know there's the argument of if someone's a bad guy, he's going to get his hands on guns no matter what. And then maybe concealed gun carriers can disarm situations and such. But
I read some people tweeting the other day, loads of them, saying that if they hadn't have made that concert a gun-free zone, it wouldn't have took 70 minutes for him to be shot, which is absolute nonsense. Because the second that started happening and people realised there was a shooter, right, let's say everyone in the concert's now carrying a concealed weapon. What do they all do? Just turn around and start firing at Mandalay Bay aimlessly? Like, and what, they're going to be carrying fucking sniper rifles, or they've just got pistols? Like, the whole like concealed carry, cowboy on your belt shit's nonsense, mate. Nobody, there's like look, I appreciate if you were ex-military, and let's say you were highly trained military, because the truth of the matter is not all military lads are dead skilled like killers.
yeah.
A lot of them go in and learn to drive. They do the shooting, basic shooting stuff, but they learn to drive a truck, or they're an engineer, and they just happen to know how to shoot a gun a bit better than me and you.
Yeah.
But the reality is they're not really combat hardened troops coming out to go do a normal job.
They're not action men or James Bond. Or
No, but let's say you're Tim fucking Kennedy. You know, like a Green Beret, and you're at that country music festival, you happen to be carrying a gun, and it all kicks off, and you can make that shot. How many Tim Kennedys are there on the planet? Not enough that it warrants everyone being allowed to carry a pistol on the hip like the fucking got a cowboy hat on, and do you know what I mean? They're chasing bad guys from the safe. And like, it just, for me, I wouldn't feel, if I, like, you know the place where concealed carry are, like Texas, I wouldn't feel safe talking to anybody in Texas. Because, like, everybody's got a gun. That's insane. Everybody's got a gun. There's more guns in America than there are people. It's madness. And, like, people can make all the arguments they want about hunting, right? How many times do you need a fucking AR-15 for hunting? And then people go, but they're semi-automatic, they're not automatic. Right? How quickly can you do this with your finger? Plus, there's, like, videos on YouTube of how to make your AR-15 automatic, fully auto. And from what I've read, it's not fucking rocket science. It's like, you need a bit of skill on a lathe, maybe. But you don't have to be like a thermo engineer to turn a fucking a semi-auto rifle to an automatic rifle.
No.
So I just think that I don't want them to ban guns. We haven't completely banned guns.
No.
Like, I just think there should be like stringent tests, and maybe they should.
Yeah, I've seen sensible arguments where it's like, you know, you need to do X, Y, and Z to own and drive a car.
We have to have a fishing license to go fishing in the UK. If you get caught on public or private land fishing without a fishing license,
I think that's to do with something else.
No, but they take your fishing rod off you.
You could take a car though, which is a weapon in itself.
No, but it isn't.
It can be though.
No, a car is a means to get from A to B,
or
a means to transport goods. The weaponizing of a car is a byproduct of it being a big metal object.
Yeah, but
a gun is designed only to kill things, people or animals.
But I think it's closer than a fishing rod. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, but what I'm saying is that what I was saying is we need a license for a fishing rod.
Yeah, but that's completely different.
No, it isn't. Because you've not let me finish my point.
That's like you need a license to buy.
I haven't got a point then.
Go on then.
My point was we need a fishing license, right? We need a rifle license. But in America, you can just go to a shop and just buy a gun. Just by being a citizen and having your paperwork. Nobody registers it.
How does a fishing license?
You have to go to the post office and register.
I mean, like, how does that play any part?
So what I'm saying is, we're both civilized societies.
Yeah.
Yet they've got less stringent laws for buying guns than we have on going fishing if you get caught.
Yeah, but they're for completely different reasons.
Doesn't matter what the reasons are. The laws are more stringent.
I know that, but you could say the laws are more stringent on, I don't know, anything that you need to register in the UK. It could be anything.
Exactly.
But I mean, But it makes no sense to compare the two.
Well, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does, because one's not dangerous at all, and one can kill people. One doesn't need a license, and one does.
Yeah, but it needs a license for completely different reasons.
There's nothing to do with the reasons.
Right.
What I'm saying is, we have checks and balances put in place for a fucking fishing rod, and they don't have any for a fucking gun in some states.
Yeah.
I'm not on about license. Like, it doesn't matter that they're not comparable items. It's like, if you want a gun over in this country...
I feel like the car argument is just plain, though. It's very, very easy to get across. There's been trucks and other things that have been used as weapons in Europe and in, you know, like by people that are terrorists. Because this guy's a terrorist. I don't know why the news has been like put him out there as like a lone wolf shooter and all this bullshit. He's a terrorist, right? Yeah. And cars have been used as weapons of terror, and I don't know. Like I guess you could just steal a car. Like you could just, if there were guns just lying around, you could just take one. I don't know. It's hard for us to go around and tell America what to do, but it seems like you'd have to look at the stats. But it seems like them having guns everywhere isn't as safe as us not having guns
anywhere.
Yeah,
that's like,
and what we give up in not having guns, it just seems like it's far more beneficial. You know what I mean? Like sacrificing that sort of freedom, or whatever you want to call it, than to possibly have, you know, the next person want to shoot you that you meet, and that they could easily facilitate.
The thing is, we can get guns in this country, right? If I had enough land, and I had deer on my land, and all big cows, bulls, people who've got bulls are allowed them, and I bred bulls, for example, right? And I decide I want a rifle. In case one of the bulls go mad, because sometimes that happens, and they just try and kill everything, and you have to shoot them.
Yeah.
I have to go through stringent checks, police checks, background checks, all that shit. They have to come check my house, see where I'm going to store the gun, see where I'm going to store the ammo, all of that shit. Once all that's passed, and then I have to record, like, you have to prove that you're capable with a rifle. And then once I've got all of those things, I can have a single shot action rifle. That's all you need. If you can shoot a bull and kill a bull with that rifle, then any of the American animals that they're hunting can be shot with one of those rifles.
Yeah, but it's horses for courses when you talk about that sort of stuff and hunting in general.
Why?
Because like it's different sorts of hunting.
Right, okay, but you don't need what do you need a concealed pistol for to go hunting?
I don't know. Mate, the gun thing for me, I'm completely on the side of, because I've grown up in a place where there's been no guns, so I don't know. But someone that's entrenched in and guns is their life, but they don't see the actual bad side of them, I'm sure they could give you more of a biting argument and more of like a bit of debate.
But I could understand anything for shooting, for hunting.
Yeah,
I just can't get my head around you having weapons.
Maybe a pistol just as like a last defense if you were like, I know, out hunting something that could turn on you, like. Yeah, but if that shotgun's hard to turn and wield, whereas if you had a pistol on your hip, you see them people that can pull and shoot very quick, and you have like something charge you, like a deer or whatever. I don't know, a moose. I don't know what charges.
But I just find the
so
whole.
You just
thing,
like do that whole Western thing where you draw dead quick
and then blow the smoke away, and light a fucking cigarette off the fucking flaming butt. It's just nonsense. Like nobody's doing that in the real world anymore. Well, the truth of the matter is they have high-powered rifles to shoot fucking deer. That's all they need.
It easier.
That's all they need.
There's video shows of people in helicopters with
nonsense.
Machine guns shooting down pigs.
Need that. Just have
for fun.
Bolt rifles. They should just be only allowed single-action rifles.
It's called the apocalypse.
4 shell magazines and single-action rifles.
I feel like no one can tell them. They have to sort it out themselves.
No one will ever tell them.
Whenever anyone brings it up, it causes that much debate over
4 or 5 years ago, 40 kids got shot at Sandy Hook. And if that can't stop them, nothing will. They're all idiots.
Oh, mate.
No, that's how I feel. It's a nation full of lunatics. And then they've got that lunatic in charge trying to piss off a guy with nuclear bombs.
Yeah, that you can't throw further than his back garden.
Yeah, but he's after a war. He's after being able to press the button.
Yeah, well...
And he can fire him. Do you know what he could do? Is he can fire him straight into Seoul, which is one of our allies, and just wipe off the other side of Korea.
Yeah,
that's one thing he can do.
That's the one place I feel like...
And Japan, he can hit Japan. 2 mega houses in world economy in terms of production of things, like massive amounts of fucking like Asian cultures based around Japan and Korea, and this dickhead could just blow them both off the map tomorrow, and then you've got Trump fucking stirring it up. It's like poking a bee's nest and then hoping not to get stung.
Well, I feel like he's, you know, it's been coming for a while. It's been developing. We've seen it mature.
I feel like we could have dealt with him a lot better.
We could have brought up this subject a lot earlier. It's why is it
before he got to the nuclear bomb stage, they really could have just assassinated him. Let's be honest.
I like how you're just dealing out assassinations.
Just deal with it. No, because that's how it happens. No, it's war, isn't it? Assassinate him. You're telling me right now, if someone could have gone back in time and assassinated Hitler, they wouldn't have done.
I guess so. Yeah.
The British could have got to Hitler and just shot him instead of having a fucking drawn out war.
Do you not think someone else may have stepped in with the same ideology and?
Imagine if they
might not have done it the same way.
Hitler at one of them meetings, mate.
Like Himmler, all them characters that were on the same sort of course.
What about the end? You've seen Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah.
You know when they kill them all in the cinema?
Yeah.
Shit like that was happening.
Yeah.
People were in together, all of them at once.
Well, yeah.
If we could have got the coordinates and just bombed that building, we would have done.
Yeah.
Because they had no open.
And it would have changed the course of history. Yeah.
Exactly. So right now we could have just shot this fucking idiot. We could have shot his dad before it got to this fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they're well overdue some freedom to the point where it now is quite a dangerous prospect.
There's no resources though,
whereas
so we're not
before
go
they could have. Yeah, exactly. There's no game, so why would they want to put troops on the ground and like
we police the world,
and then you must kill loads of civilians that are already in death camps and all sorts. It's a tricky subject. It's not one that I want to deal with.
Police the world as long as there's some gain out of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like police for hire, America. We'll come and deliver our freedom to you that you don't want most of the time, as long as you give us all your resources. Let's put an oil pipe through your fucking protected lands and.
But I think living on this world for as long as we both have, you know that nobody does. The majority of people don't do things without a reason and without some sort of benefit on their part. So it just is what it is. It's the way the world works. You just got fucking lucky that you're not one of them babies that are born in a death camp in North Korea and thrown on the pile, and you're one that's been born in England with loving parents.
Yeah,
you got to sort of live your life like that.
Yeah, you're lucky, but at the same time, you should probably you should always speak about the shit that's going on. Otherwise, you're only gonna.
Yeah, of course you should, but I feel like and you're just one voice. I don't know. There's no way to make a bigger effect. There's been a lot of uptake on the internet at the moment. I don't know why, but in our local area of people of animals that may have gone. There was a dog that was found in the woods. Have you seen that online? It was very emancipated, and a lot of people showed a lot of uproar towards that. And I was sort of sitting thinking, I mean, we saved our dog, not saved in inverted brackets. What you call it?
Brought it home from a shelter.
Yeah, got it from a shelter. So I understand animals, and all that, and I just feel like there's a lot of misplaced. I don't know. There's a lot of things we could be working on. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think anyone should ever abuse dogs. I hate it. I report if I ever see any dog that looks abused or whatever. I've been at work and seen cows that have looked mistreated. I report them through work to the RSPCA, and you get someone there in a week. Just go on the RSPCA's website, write up a report, and they have to respond within a week.
Yeah,
and have to get back to you and tell you the outcome of it. But I don't know. Everyone, we all have. Like we went back to before, everyone's nice. Most people are nice. So maybe there's just some twisted human beings out there that would tie a dog up in a forest.
Yeah, it's just like I like the animal videos online because a lot of the time they fucking always end up with something nice, where the dog gets rescued and all that. But then you
talk about big problems like people in North Korea that are in death camps.
Yeah, the problem is though,
you're detached from that. Whereas this woods, you may drive past it every so often.
The problem is, right? You've never seen a death camp.
And you can see people that have drawn photos of them, and they're even more eerily scary than most I seen the actual thing.
I know you've seen dead bodies.
Listen to them guys on YouTube, the people that have escaped from them,
and
their stories,
it's dark.
and look into their eyes.
It's dark. But what I'm saying is, you've everybody's got a dog or likes a dog or fucking.
Everybody lives with humans.
No, I know, but they
And
don't.
likes
But they
humans.
don't live with people that have done that.
No, I know.
Like you've seen, like you've stood on your dog's tail before and seen him look sad, right? Because his tail's been out. You've not seen it. Or you've stood on his foot,
yeah.
and you've seen your dog in your eyes at least, because you're anthropomorphizing him or whatever it is. You see him look sad. He's not sad. He just hurt a bit, and he's a dog, and he'll get over it. But because you've seen that, and because you put your human characteristics on your dog, every dog you see, then you think, oh, what if that was my dog? So that's how it plays on your emotions. Whereas when you see people on the other side of the world, we've had that much propaganda fired at us over the years of, like, to hate the brown people, or hate the Muslims, or hate this, or hate that, or blame these, or blame that, because of all the wars we've been.
Because it's been proven recently that it's entrenched in us to dislike people that are different to us, because we used to be in tribes and run with our own circles. And if you see, like, the different looking man, you do fear him from different camps, from different... That's something that's, like, been entrenched in us as a species.
You think?
Yeah, it's been proven. I don't know what on. I'd have to outsource the podcast I listen to it on. But
Would it be? Is it proven, or is it just a theory?
it's
Because
like
I've not
a proven theory. Like, if they find... Obviously, they find people that are out in the Amazon and, like... And, like, they do, like, tests where they see who socializes with others and stuff like that. And, like, you know, people coming together. Obviously, if you look the same, they sort of group together. I know everyone like, you could be a sort of free left sort of person. I like everybody. I'm trying to say.
No, I'm not
just
trying to say
that.
I'm just trying to get my head around it, because I'll
have to find it and send you links and we can talk about it.
Yeah, no, because it's just not something I've ever thought in my head.
No,
It's not something that's ever gone through my head.
yeah, but I guess it is like I don't know. Is it a famous saying? The British are coming or something like that? Or
I don't know.
Or like, you know, like Vikings are coming. It's just like a different looking sort of person.
I think like Joe Rogan always puts it, this is the only time in history ever where a boat lands on your shore and you think, oh shit, they're going to buy something, not, oh shit, they're coming here to kill us.
Yeah.
So
or
like,
look, oh wow, a boat. But it's not, yeah.
So like, I think...
Whereas before that was a fearful
that was,
sort
oh
of thing.
shit, it was this, why is that there? I don't understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
I think it probably was entrenched in us. I don't think you're wrong. It's just...
No, and I'm not saying like you have an excuse to be racist.
No.
Because now you're in a more educated and a better place in the world relations. But I just saying that, like, what was the original subject? Oh yeah, people not feeling sympathy for North Korea. Or people in North Korea. Maybe people aren't educated on it as well.
I think we don't see is, like, do you know, if Trump had gained more support, if he was saying, like, look, I might be calling him Rocket Man and being a fucking idiot, but the truth of the matter is there's fucking death camps in this country.
Yeah.
There's this happening, there's that happening, the people are starving, this is going on, we need to do something.
Yeah.
And I know I'm arguing with him online, but I need some sort of...
He's going about it the whole wrong way, hasn't he?
But what he's doing is he's basically calling him a cunt and waiting for him to call him a cunt back, so they can both threaten each other with nuclear missiles and nobody's going to learn anything.
No, and it'll give him a reason to go.
And then once he presses that red button, he's no better than Kim Jong-un, because he's going to kill loads of innocent people.
I know, and then if that
surely
happened,
we could just hit that fucking big tower he lives in, you know, that castle, with like one of them missiles, them targeted missiles, and just wipe out his whole power structure, and then have South Korea march over the border and just fucking liberate the people.
Well, maybe South Korea don't want to march over.
But they do.
border.
They've said anyone who escapes is free to be a South Korean citizen.
Yeah, they're just. Yeah, I guess they're just. You know, they have to be like that, don't they? I guess.
Well, they don't have to be. They could kick them back out. They could do whatever they want with them.
Yeah.
They could say they were spies. They could do whatever they want. But the truth of the matter is, they're saying, we're all Korean. If you get away from that fucking dictator, come and be our friends, and we'll make you a citizen.
Yeah.
We'll give you a social security number or whatever they have, and that's it. You'll be able to work here, live here. We'll help you as much as we can. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure they want him gone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure most of the fucking world wants him gone. I don't know why we can't just fucking take out his power structure in that tower with his friends, and then literally just take it. Because honestly, I think if they started rolling tanks over the border from South Korea into North Korea, I don't think his guards would fight. I think they're having a bad enough life. I genuinely think his only threat is pressing buttons.
Do you think he's got all these... Sorry about the mic drop then. You think he's got all these people scared? They're literally you know, acting
well, the
out
soldiers are being treated better than the normal people, and that's why they're
Do you
acting.
think
like
they're all
that.
acting out his will due to fear of repercussions?
Yeah, they don't believe him. I mean, I'd say there's people that believe him. Don't get me wrong, but I'd say
Imagine living somewhere there's no internet. And stuff
I
like
honestly think that there's probably only about 20% of the people actually believe him.
And imagine being in like these death camps, like hearing fairy tales about like, oh, there's a place called America and like everyone's free and you can.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's massive like, and talking about massive like wonders of the world and things that happen around the world.
And then you've got some fat dickhead with a shit haircut telling you hit a fucking 17 in an 18-hole golf course.
I know. Right, I'm gonna have to bust.
I've got work anyway, man.
I know, you're a busy boy. You're always on nights now.
At the moment, yeah, we've got a week of days in 2 weeks' time, and then I'm back on nights till Christmas.
How is nights?
Shit. No, it's... you don't do as much, because thingies, like, possession times.
Yeah.
So you can't get on track as long, but you have to be up at night.
Yeah. You're nocturnal. Does it wreck your days?
I don't know, I wake up at midday, mate. Getting
Yeah,
about...
it's not too bad then.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. I'm not don't need a lot of sleep at the best of times, so...
Like Arnie with his 4 hours.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm aiming for, mate.
But yeah, this has been the Educated Apes podcast, so we went on a bit of tangent about world current affairs, but yeah.
It needs to be said sometimes.
You need to get it out, you need to vent it, don't you?
I just need someone to shout the shit at.
Deep in the streets of Crewe. But yeah, get us at Twitter, on Twitter at Educated Apes, educatedapes.com on Instagram, Educated Apes on Facebook, www.educatedapes.com. Anything else to say? Yeah, catch us later.
Oh, go on Qualified Nutrition.
Go on Qualified Nutrition.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
do it.
Preach. See you later, guys.
See you later.